And members, familiarize yourselves with standing under 126. If you resist to move out and you are even touched by, you are forced to leave, then between 91 days and 150 calendar days, the standing order says you shouldn't be away from the presence of Parliament. So unless members, we revoke all these penalties, but the chair, because I'm not the only chair, Senator Muma, you're also in you are a panelist. And next time you'll be here, and I wish also to face you, because you faced me. And other panelists who are here. I am not the only one. We are 5 of us who can present this House as speakers. And I will never wish any other speaker is faced with the similar circumstances that have faced me this afternoon and also 2-3 days ago. The minority signed requested for my communication on the issue pertaining the office of the Deputy Minority Whip. And yesterday I ruled that I will peruse the ruling, I mean the court order from the tribunal, PPDT, and make my ruling. Which I went and I saw for sure the court ruling from the court order from the tribunal, PPDT, did not touch completely on the office of the Deputy Minority Whip. And I was to make that communication. Senator Sifuna came yesterday about that issue very well, eloquently. The minority whip approached me 5 times that I should make that determination yesterday. But I said, let me sleep over it, let me look at the court order or the tribunal order, and then I make the communication. And very honestly, and because it was a straightforward matter, that is what I was to make this afternoon. The office of the Deputy Minority Whip. Now, the minority signed, because when they came in, it's like they knew what I was to communicate. Instead of approaching my office, before I came here, they went for some prayers at the Jivanjin Gardens, which has no church. So when you came back, actually I almost drained. I drained because of the schools and the visitors that were here. So coming to now to face the chair on a matter that we requested a ruling on, for sure it's not good. I've had so many senators. I was approached by the majority leader and Commissioner Mugeni, Senator Mugeni, and then also the minority leader and the deputy minority leader. And now that there is no clear provision in the standing order, I will use the standing order number 1 because it gives the speaker some leeway to make some decisions. But please, next time, it will not be business as usual. If you request any communication, the speaker must give you the communication. The chair must communicate. Unfortunately, maybe the minority side did not know the consequences of such a decision. Because there are some of the officers occupying those positions would get problems even after this session. So please, I didn't want to say that I will recede my decision, but painfully so. It is very painful indeed. And this should never happen again. No other speaker should give that leeway again, because this is a house of order in the history of the Senate, that a decision meant can be resident. But for the interest of moving forward, because I have been told there is the leadership of both sides, they have requested me for a meeting tomorrow at 10, and I've agreed to that request. So let us discuss. This is not my house as Senator Kabuli Murongo or the chair. This is a house. This is a Wiper from ODM. You are one team. So sit down and put your house in order so that we can be able to move. The speaker has no leave of the chair to manage the political parties, as many senators have pronounced themselves. So if it is the majority side has issues, please sit down somewhere and sort the issues from the majority side. The minority side, sit down as a house, as one family, and sort your issues, so that those issues do not find their way to the chamber. Senators has always been very bipartisan, and I will request senators from today henceforth, let us please live to that principle. So the 4 senators, because of the many verses pronounced by Senator, some are true, others we might really also, we must also really get the real scripts. So senators, I have warned you, and I have forgiven the 4 senators. Let us continue with the normal business of this honorable house. I thank you. Next order. Sorry, on the communication. The communication I was making, I actually went almost halfway. If you could have given me 3 more minutes. One of the senators today could be the deputy minority whip, but maybe you have postponed. You continue putting, maybe you have postponed. So my communication has been resident until we sit with the leadership of both houses and agree on the way forward. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions.
Next order. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order. Look, there is a petition. Honorable Senators, I have a petition by Mr. Paulo Mutembei concerning the historical injustices suffered by the Torobek community. Honorable Senators, I hereby report to the Senate that a petition has been submitted to the Senate by Mr. Paulo Mutembei concerning the historical injustices suffered by the Torobek community. As we are aware, under Article 119(1) of the Constitution, and I quote, every person has a right to petition Parliament to consider any matter within its authority, including enacting, amending, or repealing any legislation. Honorable Senators, the salient issues raised by this petition are that a majority of persons from the Torobek community originally lived together with the Ogiek community in the regions of Mau Complex of Nakuru and Nalo counties. Mount Rodiani across to the forests of the northern Tinderet in Nandi County, Timboroa from Maji Mazuri, across Rift Valley with some going as far as Kiambu, Nyandarua, Migori, Isiolo, and Bungoma counties. What is it, Senator? Okay. You are also forgiven. So let me repeat 3A. That a majority of persons from the Torobek community originally lived together with the Ogiek community in the regions of Mau Complex of Nakuru and Nalo counties, Mount Rodiani across to the forests of the modern Tinderet in Nandi County, Timboroa from Maji Mazuri, part of Koibatek Forest, Tugen Hills, Mount Elgon Forest, and Cherangan Hills, where the others were scattered across Rift Valley, with some going as far as Kiambu, Nyandarua, Migori, Isiolo, and Bungoma counties. That the community was evicted from their original habitat by the colonialists, and thereafter by the Kenyan government after independence, rendering them internally displaced. That while some internally displaced persons from the Ogei community have been compensated and resettled by the national government, the Torobek community have neither been compensated for nor resettled. Additionally, the Torobek community members are not considered for employment when opportunities arise, and therefore they have remained marginalized. That the Torobek community, through their leaders, have made efforts to have the matter addressed by the relevant government agencies, all of which have not borne fruits. The petitioner therefore prays that the Senate intervenes in this matter with a view to recommending that the Torobek community members be compensated, resettled, and considered for employment when opportunities arise. Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order 237, I shall now allow okay. Let me, before, I don't want to read that number 5. So, Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order 281, the petition should be committed to the relevant standing committee for its consideration. In this case, I direct the petition be committed to the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Human Rights. And in terms of Standing Order 282, the committee is required in not more than 60 calendar days from the time of reading the prayer to respond to the petitioner by of a report and addressed to the petitioner and lean to the table of the Senate. I thank you. Next order. And because I'm not sure whether the requests are comments. Senator Chute, a moment. I've committed, but still, if I could forgive other things, I can give you a few comments.
Not on this one, Honourable Speaker.
Majority Leader, you want to make comments on this petition? No, I wanted to request Mr. Speaker.
It's because of what you had said earlier, Mr. Speaker, so I wanted to request you that you guide the House. There are members who maybe for whatever they wanted to say earlier are still on the queue, that they first opt out so that if there are members who want to comment on this petition, they are given a chance. That's what I wanted to request you to do.
And see one request. Now one from Senator Samson. Chilagay.
Yeah. Oh, now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to congratulate the petitioner who has brought that petition to the Republic of Senate. I think that issue, when these people have been disenfranchised, Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, this is a human rights issue where they must be compensated. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the role of National Land Commission and Article 67, it talks that to initiate investigations or on its own initiative or on a complaint into present or historical land injustices and recommend appropriate measures. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the role of National Land Commission, they are supposed to assist, and I think the Committee on Human Rights, Justice, Legal Affairs, and Human Rights, is that these people have been disfranchised for long. Mr. Speaker, you are aware Mwauma were compensated at some point. There was a case that was listened at London Inns of London Inns in the US, Mr. Speaker. We have also adopted in the last session an historical injustices against the Atalai, Mr. Speaker. And from where you sit, even your behavior, you are looking like Atalai. So all those issues, Mr. Speaker, that report was adopted and Mr. Speaker, that report was adopted.
Is your point of order, Senator Kenywa?
Mr. Speaker, did you hear what Senator Cherargei said? He said you look like Telai, and unless he describes who those people are. And I wanted him to clarify so that it can be on record that he said Mau Mau were compensated. Mr. Speaker, it will be better if he said some of them, Mr. Speaker, because there are some who have not been compensated up to date. By him saying that...
What did he say I look like?
You look like...
Because that was the point of wonder.
Yes, he said you look like a Telai, so I wanted him to explain what is that.
Is he also one? Because I can see he has a round face like me, he is a bit stout like me, so is he also one?
He must describe first who are those people so that at least we would know, Mr. Speaker. So that we can through the dichotomous scheme, we can tell whether he is one of them or you are one of them.
He lacks is only the wisdom from the grey hair.
Mr. Speaker, to my brother Senator, I think you not allow in our community are revered people and they are very Solomonic. Mr. Speaker, what we have done today by forgiving the 4 colleagues is needed Solomonic wisdom and patience that you exercise today. So I think that is what I meant. I say look like, and that is the use of euphemism. The issue of some, I want to correct really. Some of the Mau Mau have been compensated, Mr. Speaker. So this is not a unique issue. And you know the issue of land is a motive. Professor Tomo Jenda, who is the senator of Kisumu, who is not here, wrote a book called Principles of Conveyancing. In his opening remarks, he says in Africa, land is a very emotive issue. So this is a very dicey issue that we need to handle carefully, to relook, because these Dorobos, Mr. Speaker, are being chased out of forest. They are living on the pathways and the roads within the forest, Mr. Speaker. And that is the worst human indignity, Mr. Speaker. And even as we talk today, Talai has never also been compensated, Mr. Speaker. Some of the Mau Mau were compensated, others were left out, Mr. Speaker. And you know, I remember, and I want to appeal to President William RUTO. You remember during the last parliament, Mr. Speaker, during the State of the Nation of Address, I don't know which year, the former president committed 10 billion for compensation of historical injustices, be it